iyona platinum morning yale.
Ndiyona ndisho yamagwena.
Hayi ngingakayona le one.
Ndiyona platinum morning.
This is your number one breakfast show in the whole planet, Platinum Morning.
Hello, I hope you're right. I hope you're relevant. Ni msoso guide ni super fragile ni aspalacious.
Sanibonani balaleli emakhaya mina ngegama nguDen Umsizi uDlangunya nomhlophe lezinkomo zikababa. Umkholozi uMangobetshani, Ntwana Sekasi, Ntwana Semvoja, 1685, uBhuti Mavos Fakhona, uBhuti Makol 7.
It is of course your girl Sin Delicious, Umdana or Delicious.
Welcome to the VMC Planet and this is Eben Flair, a show that starts
Every Sunday from 12 till 3 o'clock.
la kwa VMC.
Yeah, man, welcome to the Platinum Mornings for the Platinum people. Otherwise, Minikama Muzuko. Zuko_IV on every social media platform. It is a Tuesday, 7, and it is January 31st, the last day of this month. Wow. I think this is the shortest, what's this? It's the shortest January in history. Like, angaz, man, like financially, I was there, dog. I mean, being there. I was always available financially this month. Marage, if it's your birthday, man, like hit me up, and I will wish you a good birthday, like Zokule and stuff. And if it's also your loved one, hit me up on WhatsApp or SMS, or you can even call me on 062 450 8619. Basically, yeah. Otherwise, man, if you're new on the show, I think in what you expect any nama top stories, entertainment news worldwide, and then today in history. So yeah, man, if you wanna know about what authorities still think about the tiger that was released, that escaped rather, you will stay tuned if ufuna ukucabanga Mpho, and then yeah, also the child rape accused Ackerman. Yeah, man, you will stay up until wabo. Otherwise, yeah, man, the song it was Freedom by Pharrell Williams. Bese yalandelang local Vulavala by Ukabza no Maphorisa. Otherwise, I think it's international wabo. Feeling Amawala wala, Amavulavala, Ama International. That was a song by Vigro Deep, by the way. That was a song by Vigro Deep. It's titled International. Yeah, man, what a time, man. Yo, that one takes me back. Like, Vigro Deep deserves respect. Not to take away anything from Mugabza, but I feel like he's one of piano's pioneers that is underrated. My opinion in Tumuleni, take me. I don't care. Come into the studio right now. Sibe debate. Singabambana nanga phandle. Marage, yeah, man. The time is 7:30, and yeah, so my top stories. So, news came in this morning. Oguti SPCA iti is a searcher for a tiger that was reportedly on the loose in Edenvale area around Gauteng. So the tiger was spotted in CCTV footage izambele estrateni of ama suburbs, like amanya suburbs lawa se any deal rather izolo. So yeah, a local security company reported ukuthi le tiger le ukuthi bayiphinde bayibamba, and it was taken to sanctuary. However, the local SPCA, the Gauteng Agriculture Department, law enforcement, ET, they had yet to verify ama whereabouts of the tiger. Yeah, man. So what's this tiger story going on now? I like kala bayithola bakayitholi ngapha bekno shiba abantu bambulele. Like what's going, bro? What's going? Yeah. So yeah, residents are advised to take extreme caution and keep all pets inside their properties. And then about like, I live in the Joburg South. Wait, is Edenvale in Joburg South? I hate how I live in Joburg South, bese le tori lezi ziyenzeka eJoburg South mara athi nginiconfirmele ukuthi Edenville ingava. Oh nah, it's not in the south, it's by the eastern Gauteng. Yeah. So yeah, this tiger was last seen at Edenville. And yeah, people are advised that they should take caution and keep their pets inside. Imagine not going to Spine and be like, hey man, there's a tiger on the loose. How do you think your boss will respond to that? So it was the second tiger on the loose in province on this very same month. Sheba the tigress escaped from enclosure of a local farm in Walkerville a few weeks ago, and she was shot dead on her 5th day on the loose after multiple failed attempts. Gumbamba. Yeah, I wonder this latest tiger, let's say Edenville. I wonder like what's its story? Ipuma pi, beyapi, you know, like did it have an owner? Ipuma a zoo and stuff like that. Yeah, man. And tigers are very tigers. I feel like manga compare tiger and lion. I'd fear tiger, man. The tiger is the real king of the jungle. Cause I'm a lion. Lion walk vie in pride. Like it's rare when lion vie one. So if I'm groups, meaning they vie in a pride. So they're located in the sub-Saharan parts of the southern Africa. So that's not a jungle. That's like your dry land. Like we see that every time, like in South Africa, we have a lot of those. Mara tiger on the other hand, tiger is like jungle, and it's tiger like it's like strategic. Like it knows where your neck is. So it violate as the last victim Olunywe Ushiba. Uzokje ukuthi umlande by the neck. Yeah, man. So yeah, man. As I continue, other news that came in is rainwater. Izolo ukuthi water purification plants ziyastruggle ku supply amanzi into ama reservoir in different municipalities. So the bulk water supplier a problem was caused by ama power supply failures, which left amanye ama reservoir without water. So ama power cuts are affected as a off booster station and yenzeke ngecawa basho ngesixhosa. So yenzeke Sunday, severely compromising amanye ama reservoir I-59 ngama supply wabo. So yeah, man, what's up a country are we turning into, man? Like it's a domino effect. Okay, kawatamanzi and stuff. Like what is going on? So yeah, rainwater says it takes up to 4 hours to pump amanzi at a full capacity after ama power cut. And it said good ama water levels also started good decline significantly earlier this month due to high water usage by municipalities, which was compounded by load shedding. Yeah, so the constant power outages mean ukuthi isystem ayikhona ukupampa amanzi kwama reservoir 14 awuthi siwasebenzisa sigeze ngawo, sigeze izitsha, sibrasha amazinyo, ugeze inja yakho, ugeze imoto yakho. Like the list is endless ukubonisa ukuthi amanzi are important kanjani. And I don't wanna, because I lived in Eastern Cape for a very long while. I think it was 8 to 10 months, or even a year, somewhere there. So, when I was at Eastern Cape, specifically Grahamstown, otherwise now known as Makanda, they have a water crisis, man. Like, like everyone has bottle containers or 5 liters and stuff, and it's normal. Like, everyone knows where you're going. You're Telamanzi. And if you drink tap water, uzophathwa isisu neheadache at the same time. Trust, I know. I've been through that. So yeah, and mabilisa manzi, that's from the tap water rather. I mean, mabilisa manzi from the tap. Yabona man ngathi kuba nensila around it, and keep that water in the same container for like a week. Uzobona kuzovela ama worms and stuff. So yeah, man, I just hope the whole country doesn't turn into that, because I had a hard time. And it about your toilet, that's another factor. Ingoba the toilet la ngihlala khona, well, because I had an outside room, I used the outside toilet rather than inside, and I preferred it that way. Yes. So yeah, the outside toilet because akunamanzi. Ma flasha after I use the toilet, uyaflasha akuflashiki. Gqoka inqaza lakho, uyokha amanzi, uthele toilet, uyaflasha, iflashe half. Melu ugqoka inqaza v, like too much admin, bro. Too much admin. So yeah, man, I really hope I see you there as a country. Yeah, but again, over the weekend there were high temperatures at Joburg naseTshwane, and this caused an increase with demand kwamanzi, which also aggravated the problem. And Rainwater said its reservoir storage levels declined by 76% earlier this month, about 30% to date. It said this left some reservoirs with critically low water levels below 15%. And the utility said that when this happened, municipalities started to experience inadequate to no supply to their higher lying areas. Yeah, the Iran was further restricted the city of Tshwane go amanzi, the supply amanzi ngale Friday lesiphuma kuyo. The water levels at some of Johannesburg's reservoirs, such as the Honeydew Reservoir, nazo affected critically. And yeah, ama-truck wamanzi have since been deployed in areas as far as Melville, North Florida, and Hurst Hill. They say, yeah, ama residents are urged ukusebenzisa amanzi wisely. So yeah, story samanzi leyo. Hectic. And you can imagine, because like sometimes, like, just look in your office space, if like your company, like lausebenza khona nibabaya, just look at everybody, and chances are everyone ugezile lamhlanje, udlile, boils water for whatever reason, ugeza amazinyo. Imagine how much water is that. Basically, you multiply it with the people in your area, your people in the country, whatever. Like ish. And I feel like we take it for granted because we are one of those very few people, we are one of those very few countries that have a clean water supply that could come out of our taps. Mara, a lot of countries out there, man, like amanzi ayathengwa like from the actual shops. Amanzi ufuna ukugeza ngawo and stuff, thenga from the actual shop, phuza ngawo shop, whatever shop. So yeah, man, on that same note kwamanzi ne indaba eziphume like izolo bathi Johannesburg Water it has taken note of a complaint of a Johannesburg resident ukuthi amanzi wakhe aphuma empompini yakhe like a blue. And the blue, if this is the same picture, this blue is not just any kind of blue. This is like royal blue. I wonder why. So the resident shared a picture and video of his social media on Sunday, which was been censored widely. So Joburg Water it has been in touch with the resident there and will be investigating the matter. It says it suspects amanzi are blue ingoba the levels of copper in the building, and we have since sent customer details to our lab, and they will be taking samples from the meter because that's where we supply and will be advised further. We shall wait for the result from our lab, said Johannesburg Water spokesperson Puleng Mopeli. Yeah, so amanzi are blue in someone's house, like blue, royal blue. If you know your high school uniform, like that's the kind of blue we're talking here. Like, yeah, man. Imagine, man. And I wonder if I and who do you sue? Now, whenever such situation happens, I'm always thinking of suing. Who do I sue for this problem? Cause we have a problem in this house. Yeah, man. Yeah, otherwise the time is 7:42 and it is the 31st of January, the last day. And if you all know, like 2 days ago was my birthday, man. Was my birthday. I had a good time, man, this weekend. And I think maybe it might have showed off ukuthi I was tired izolo ingoba yo I was carrying the burdens of the weekend, man. I didn't even have time to shave my facial hair and stuff. Hi, yeah. It was Andre 3000 and I forgot the other guy. Mara the girls are duo. Together they are known as the Outcast. Mara apparently that was a heartbreak song rather. Episode Hey Yeah, and not a lot of us know it. And because I was just reading along the lyrics and I'm like, fine, you weren't trying to hear me at all. Because just after his first verse, Yazatin, like he raps, and then he pauses and then he speaks this just under the chorus. It's like, y'all don't want to hear me, you just want to dance. And growing up, like, this was a dancing song. Yeah, it's like we weren't actually listening to Uprada as Kalela dog. And I wonder Uprekiban and Kizio. I said, Erica Badu. Hi, feed. That's a story for another day. I wanted to say something, but I'm like, aye. Yeah, and the song I played before that was City Lights. But again, the time is 7:56 in Sadkubeng. My top stories, if ever you're tuning in now. Excuse me. So, stories on Mpho Phalatse, right? Mpho Phalatse, a former Johannesburg mayor, athi izolo ukuthi she will be contesting with DA's federal leader position at the party's conference April. So speaking to media eSoweto, izolo uPhalatse athi ukuthi yena ubeliever she had the necessary leadership skill for the position leyo. So yeah, what do you think, man, regarding the situation leyo, like regarding uPhalatse sekafuna kuthatha leadership ye-DA? Is it a yay? Is it a nay? And what would your reason be? Because otherwise, I really can't put an opinion in this story. I really don't know much about Ucheki Phalatse. And yeah, I think it's better not saying anything. I just want to hear my views when I'm actually curious. But so moving on, in the High Court in Johannesburg has held an inquiry to establish the reasons behind Ackerman's failure to attend a court proceeding, which resulted in arrest yake. So yeah, the 52-year-old accused of running a child rape ring in Johannesburg area appeared at court izolo after he was rearrested on Sunday. So Ackerman is facing 470 counts for charges ranging from a rape, attempted murder, and the production and distribution of child pornography. So ufile kuvela ku trial kulo Thursday siphuma kuyo claiming ukuthi yena bekagula with food poisoning. Ackerman uconfirme ukuthi ecourt bekagula on Thursday, but he did not go to the doctor. Instead he took the day to move house nomngani wakhe Pretoria. I realized that I couldn't afford my rent at the end of the month and they would put me out on the street. So I had to make quick arrangements to move. Yeah, so in other words, he's broke. And he's broken over the child pornography stuff. I suspect anymore bambambile. Because of rent. Disgusting. So and then he said he only went to the doctor on Friday siphuma kuyo way atlema ukuthi yena receive a medical certificate, but said that he has misplaced it with his wallet. And then Judge Ismail Mohammed ubuze ukuthi why could he not get umngani wakhe to take him to doctor on Thursday. And the state has argued ukuthi Ackerman violated bail condition yakhe, but utlema ukuthi those were amended. and the matter has been postponed to Wednesday. So in other words, postponed to kusasa, and when it will be established whether or not the amendment was made. Yeah, man. What do you think about that story, man? Like, do you think Yanzama allows the excuses not to appear in court? Do you think him not being able to pay rent yake was a reasonable excuse ukuthi ava ngaphandle do other errands than to appear in court? Because he can always do it afterwards, yabo. But yeah, man, Nancy, this man must vibe back to jail ngoba he has tarnished bail conditions wakhe. Yeah, man. Moving on other news in the entertainment section now. So United States jazz singer Gregory Porter ubulela ama South African fans wakhe for uthando alutholile during a concert yakhe in Cape Town nase Johannesburg. So yeah, if ever you're a jazz lover, Gregory Porter bega performer this past weekend. I think in Johannesburg this past weekend. Or was it both? I'm not sure. But the Johannesburg one I know, a lot of my close friends went there, and yeah, they seem to have a good time of their life. And I think Zahara also opened, if I'm not mistaken, was his opening act. Mara, I'm yet to confirm. So for me, music has always been about coming with a humble and honest expression about love and life. South Africa, I am humbled by your exuberant, radiant love. Porter posted on social media. And Begui first time the Grammy Award winning singer toured the country as a headline act. And It's Possibly Me hitmaker wa performer ama show I6 and all shows were sold out over the last 2 weeks. Yeah, man. Mara, looking from other people's videos, the concert seemed lit. It seemed lit. Yeah, man. But around about this time, I'm supposed to be wrapping up the segment, Elena. But I just caught my attention about Robert Marawa. So yeah, man. Marinda Bespumizola about Robert Marawa. So Prime Media's 947 listeners will soon have a familiar voice to commute as Iwel Kama is sportscaster, media personality, na author, Robert Marawa. So CEO ye Prime Media Broadcasting ulindiwe xoko usign an exclusive deal nale legendary sports commentator rather for his acclaimed sports show. And Marawa Sports Worldwide, ibizwa kanjalo Marawa Sports Worldwide, and ihamba nale hashtag MSW. So yeah, uqala nge-1 February. Izodlala Monday to Friday, 6 p.m. up until 7 p.m. And Marawa uzojoin ama forces with 947 with his sports commentary, much to delight of sport fans across the nation and beyond. So MSW will also be available on Vuma FM, Rise FM, so it's on live and on Prime Media's audio stream and catch-up services. And Ukoko Ati, I am delighted that Prime Media has joined forces with Robert Marawa, who is recognized worldwide as a sports authority and is a respected broadcaster. The massive reach that the 947 audiences deliver to our clients is now complemented with us hosting Robert's premier sports show. Yeah, Begushu Koko. And then Napa Marawa Ati, my move to Prime Media is both historic and exciting in creating a wider reach for the MSW fans, especially for Gauteng residents who have been complaining about being left out. And yeah, I've seen Robert Marawa before, like here, Ukajos's Arena Holdings. Yeah, I've seen him there at the car he drives, man. And he looks taller in person. I just couldn't, apart of me didn't, I couldn't start a conversation now, man. Maybe I was shy, I don't know. But because I was with the security there, and security said, man, this guy is such a cool guy. Because apparently bakhuluma sports in Jalo and stuff. So yeah. And I'm grateful both arena, yeah. Arena, like I said. I'm grateful to both Arena and Prime Media for seeing things in a futuristic manner by creating that will now be 4 unique platforms, thus creating a radio history with an unparalleled simulcast offering. With this move, we are raising the game for sports enthusiasts in the country and beyond. And for me professionally, this is the best moment in my radio career. Yeah, so amanye topics as go MSW delves into a discussion kuma sports development and administration with Umarawa reflecting candidly the state of play of gender nama racial transformation. So the show also tackles real life stories about how sport sees ama individual nama community out of poverty. So le show le izoba ne-feature behind the scenes stories of the trials and tribulations and the triumphs of sporting legends and the new talent alike. We have heard our listeners appeal for sports news, and so we will be easing drive time frustrations with a stretch of compelling high quality sports radio, said the 947 station manager Ravi Naidu. So Unaidu ati ukuthi le show le ku 947 is a perfect fit for a station which is a revolver around and futhi is a unifier nama listener goma power hits and power sport. Bese uput Robert yena bathi ufitha le profile of super talented, socially aware and impactful people we want as part of a Prime Media family. Yeah, so that's the chat, man. Robert Marawa making new heights in his radio career, man. But otherwise, the time is 8:06, and you are within the Platinum Mornings. Yeah, man, Rufi. Anyways, the song that just played as of recent is titled Freedom by Anati, and when I put in the year 2016 under the album Artifact. And before that, best know DJ Toxic, Q, and Meg, a song titled Son of Dragon. I wanna this one too. I was a throwback. No ways. No ways. Marage, yeah, man. The time is 9:20. News and entertainment worldwide. So starting in America, nah. Kanye, Kanye's presidential aspirations, nah, as is cheap, and just ask his campaign, which paid Milo Yiannopoulos tens of thousands last year, while reimbursing Nick Fuentes for a new expense as well. According to FEC filing, is Tolwe and viewed by eMedia, Kanye 2020, his official presidential committee appeared to still be active, shelled out of whopping $40,000 to the alt-right media personality with whom Ye recently cut amid with anti-Semitic spiral. So the document abonisa ukuthi uMilo has paid his amount for campaign wrap-up services, and we cash getting dispersed about a week or so before Christmas 2022, and that would seem to line up with what we are seeing at the time publicly. So Milo tagging along Kanye throughout much of the fall, and ayiphelelanga lapho ingoba Milo's payday though. The filing also show ukuthi the separate $9,955 that ebhatalwe kuye by Kanye's campaign in November for what they describe as dominion transfer. So yeah, keep in mind ukuthi Milo was claiming in early December ukuthi uKanye umkolota $116,000 for a campaign consulting. Marage uye ama sources ati nothing was ever in writing. And phezu kwalokho the FEC documents also zibonisa ukuthi uNick Fuentes was paid back by a campaign for amanye travel cost, and lama traveling cost amounts to 14,719 cents US dollars. So if ungakhumbula, ENF was on Kanye's national press tour for a long while and going to city no Kanye for months on end. And since bahamba indlela zabo, not to mention getting effectively cancelled by a bunch of organizations, Kanye is no longer affiliated nezinto eziningi njenge-Balenciaga and stuff like that, and hasn't talked much about politics since then. Yeah, man, and moving on, so locally, right? uTshepi Mvundla no JR apparently bashade kwi-private ceremony as of recent. Yeah, so the South African lifestyle content creator uTshepi Mvundla, the music producer Utabo wow, I can never pronounce his full name. So JR, ne? JR is that rapper that everyone thought he was colored at first, Kanti. He's not, with that song called Show Him, JR, Show Him. Yeah. So apparently bashate this past weekend, and the couple announced December ukuthi beba engaged to be married. And Mvundla uyosharile indaba lezi ku Instagram on her 312 Ooh. Hi.
Okay, it's fine.
On public platform. So the 312k, right? Followers. We announced kuzo with a picture of herself, no JR. Babonisa engagement ring. Bese ngeSunday lesiphuma kuyo. Uvundla, ne? Took ku Instagram yakhe, like on the story specifically. With ngale langa of a big celebration, sharing the backdrop behind the main table. The backdrop had the couple's initials negama labo written Matsepang and Tabo's wedding celebration. Yeah, man. In a separate post, Uvundla uphinde washare a little more about her big day, and I describe her as one of the best days ever. And the mother of two also reflected Uguti, the fights, tears, nerves, and stress were worth it all now that the big day has passed. And yeah, Mapindo wabulela ama guest wakhe for respect their no phone policy, and ba reveal ukuthi content would be coming soon. I wonder if this is gonna be like a reality show type of stuff or what. So yeah, the couple have been together for like for several years rather, and have they have two children, with a 4-year-old boy, Ekamalaki Usibabalwe, and a 1-year-old girl, Liema. So yeah, Uchehara has 2 more kids from his previous relationship. So now that the couple has finally tied the knot, the public won't be crucifying the Idol's SA judge as they previously did after Washera in interview ukuthi Vundla was not yet his wife despite being together for so many years. Yabona mangifuna into kanje manje sengicanga ukuthi what if ushatele nina manje ngoba beniloko nimjudge and stuff. Uthi okay, I feeling ngamncanywa nemaka. Let's dollar, let's dollar. Yeah, man, and the time is 8:25. I think and share the last article we say City Traffic and Sports. We say yeah. Mara as I continue, Britney Spears sekabuyele ku Instagram and what declare ukuthi she is not having a breakdown. So the 41-year-old pop star has revived on her page on social media platforms wakhe a week after taking it down, and which prompted ama fans ukuthi be worried and babizana ama authorities who perform a welfare check on her and she's now shared a lengthy post insisting ukuthi she has never felt better. And the post Leo shared on Sunday night, uSpears wabhala ukuthi, since everyone thinks they know my story, think again. A mere side of any given Sunday doesn't show worship placing someone's story out there. It's a day of welcoming, not a righteous reply. It is what it is. Nope, I am not having a breakdown. I am who I am and moving forward in my life. I have never felt better. Asho kanjalo Britney Spears. So uSpears uzibiza River Red, a name she has previously used for herself on social media platforms, and not declare she's simply enjoying being able to speak freely after spend more than a decade being controlled by a conservatorship. Woo, that was one word, eh? And yeah, she also insisted ukuthi she's actually boring as hell and doesn't drink alcohol because urealize ukuthi akayithandi. And yeah, and then aphinda athi, I'm not this girl or that girl, I am Riverhead. And being able to volumize my voice in a world where Uguti I lost my rights for 15 years gives me an opportunity to succeed. I feel younger and in awe. Unfortunately, I'm boring as hell and I don't drink, and I drink hot chocolate at night. I've waited nearly 15 years to drink alcohol only to realize I hate it. It makes me sad. I feel bloated. Although food tastes better, stay blessed and driven. So yeah, Apinda, she finished her message by saying, P.S. Yes, I took my Instagram down and now it's back up because I can. And yeah, the singer has slammed Ama fans ababiza amaphoyisa on her California home after she took down her Instagram page, insisting ukuthi they went too far. And she said a good statement shared on Twitter ukuthi, as everyone knows, the police were called to my home based on some prank phone calls. I love and adore my fans, but this time things went a little too far and my privacy was invaded. The police never entered my home, and when they came to my feet, they quickly realized there was no issue and left immediately. This felt like I was being gaslit and bullied once the incident made it to the news and being portrayed once again in a poor and unfair light by the media. During this time in my life, I truly hope the public and my fans, who I care so much about, can respect my privacy moving forward. Yeah, so zisho indaba zika Britney Spears usakhala umara uqeda ukubuyisa her Instagram account and yonke into grand, yonke into idese idese.
Ingabe uno-grade 10, grade 11 noma ugrade 12? Lokho akunkinga. I-VMC Academy iyakwamukela. Sinezifundo ze-IT kanye ne-media. Sine-technical support, software development, sound engineering, film and TV production, advertising kanye ne-journalism. Ukwazi kabanzi noma uthola imininingwane ethe xaxa, shayela kule nombolo u-011 051 5155 011 051 5155 noma uthumele i-email kuleli kheli admin@butlarimarketing.com admin@butlarimarketing.com. VMC Academy, creating employers and employees.
Kanyiwa sibali jonga manzi phansi irofiwile msirayo mayi
Traffic.
So there is an incident in Johannesburg South, N12 eastbound. There is a stationary vehicle after a ramp to the M1 and the left shoulder is blocked. And near the Benoni side, the N12 eastbound, with an obstruction after a ramp from Ronda built and one left lane is blocked. And round about Johannesburg area, there is roadwork at the N3 northbound. Roadworks 1 kilometer before a ramp to Van Buren, one left lane and one left shoulder is blocked. And moving on closer to Pretoria, the N1 southbound, there is roadworks after the ramp from Flying Saucer interchange, and 2 left lanes and left shoulder is blocked. And that was traffic brought to you by Zuko_IV.
Traffic.
It's time for Sports Blitz Bulletin on VMC Planet Radio.
Yeah, the fixtures in the English Premier League, nah. So starting from on Friday, 10 o'clock, Chelsea will be versing Fulham. Everton will be versing Arsenal 2:30 on Saturday. And Saturday as well, 5 o'clock, there will be Brighton versus Bournemouth. And 5 p.m., there is the Man United versus Crystal Palace match. On the very same day, 5 o'clock, there will be Brentford versus Southampton, Wolves versus Liverpool. And then Aston Villa will be versing Lancaster City, 5 o'clock. Newcastle will be versing West Ham at 7:30. And all these matches are happening on Saturday. And on Sunday, at exactly 4 p.m., Nottingham Forest will be versing Leeds United. And then on 6:30, Tottenham will be versing Man City. And moving on to EPSL, on Friday, 6 o'clock in the afternoon, Swallows will be versing Richards Bay. Maritzburg United will be versing Amazulu. And that match will take over on 7:30. And on Saturday afternoon, 3:30 to be exact, Orlando Pirates will be versing Mamelodi Sundowns. And around about the same time, Golden Arrows will be versing Royal AM. And then on the same time as well, Chippa United will be versing Stellenbosch. And later that day, 5:30, SuperSport United versus Cape Town City will commence.
It's time for Sports Blitz Bulletin on VMC Planet Radio.
Yeah, man, that was your traffic and your sports brought to you by Zuko_IV, man. Let me lead y'all to a Platinum Classics. The time is 8:33, and today's Platinum Classics is dedicated to Lil Wayne's what's this? Lil Wayne's Rockstar era. Yeah, man. I said it. It's gonna be a dedication. You got Lil Wayne in his Rockstar era. Yeah, so otherwise, the song I just played for y'all was Drop the World, a song by Lil Wayne, Puma 2009. And that song features Eminem. And before that, I had I Am Not a Human Being. Yeah, and it's a song by Lil Wayne as well. Puma 2010. Under the album I'm Not a Human Being. And then the very first song we played was Prom Queen under the album Rebirth, Puma 2010. It features Chanel, and apparently Chanel wrote the song. Yeah, apparently she wrote the song, but the guitar was played by Lil Wayne himself. So yeah, man, speak about a rock star, speak about a legend, speak about the father of hip hop. Like I refer to him as a father hip hop about this man. But like from the way hip hop people started dressing, the way he spoke, the lean, the piercings, the face tattoos, the dreads. Like, man, this guy is the best of all time in hip hop. Like the lyricism, the impact. Man, Dwayne Michael Carter Jr. Yeah, man, Maragia, the time is 8:47, and I would like to remind y'all, Uguti, VMC Planet Radio is not only a radio station, but then they also offer short courses such as film and TV, DJing, IT, and many more. So if ever you're interested, could you please hit up the reception at 010-335-1111. 010-335-1111. You can also check us on our website at vmcplanetradio.co.za. Yeah, Marage, moving on to the entertainment news worldwide. So Unaria Jaftene is now a home owner and una 30. Wow, Nadia Jafta is 30. Yeah. Okay, yeah, the South African award-winning creator, music producer, actor, and entrepreneur has reached her goal of becoming a homeowner at the age of 30. So the Chaft Capetonian based celebrity shared Linda Wadesgu Instagram during the weekend and was flooded with well wishes from her industry colleagues. And uphinde waposta enye image eyakhe ngaphandle ngasemnyango of her new home and a Kia in her hand next to a huge blue bow. And yeah, barely able to contain her excitement, which after wapala, your girl is a homeowner. If you asked me if I'd be a homeowner before 30 a few years ago, I wouldn't have believed you. But here I am, counting my blessings every single day. Yeah, man. Congratulations, Guya, man. Yeah. Imagine being a homeowner, period. Before or after age of 30, sizokibona phambili, like, but being a homeowner. Yeah, man. I want this one day. Mina ngizoba owner apartment yami kayi emaboneng one day. Yeah, man. On other news, Michael B. Jordan athi split yakhe from Lori Harvey was his first public breakup. So yeah, athi the split last year was his first public breakup, and athi ended things with the 26-year-old model and daughter of a comedian Steve Harvey on June 2022, and used the experience as a material for his Saturday Night Live opening monologue as Warivila Uguti. He was back searching for Utando on the exclusive dating app Raya. So the 35-year-old actor watchela audience on Saturday Uguti, the NBC comedy sketch show that in the summer he went through my very first public breakup after being together with more than a year. And Jordan Wanqhubeka, most people after a breakup are like, I'm going to get in a better shape, but I was already in Creed shape. Wow, the cockiness. Very. So I had to be like, all right, I guess I'll learn new language. Anyways, Estoy and Raya, and yeah. Jordan was joined by a musical guest, Lil Baby, on the show, and had lots of real life options to pick from the cast members: Chloe Feynman, Heidi Gardner, Igor Nwadim, and Punky Johnson. All had to go at wooing that awkward moment star during the time of the show. And during one of Lama sketch lawa, Jordan ubuze uPhanki ne, who identifies as a lesbian, aren't you gay, as she tried to woo the Hollywood heartthrob. Yeah, so the 37-year-old stand-up comic responded, Guti, I am, but you're Michael B. Jordan, and I'm Punky B. Curious. I mean, even vegans got cheat days, right? I should actually watch this comedy sketch, man. So in June, a source close to the couple confirmed Uguti sad news of the breakup and how heartbroken they both were. So Amasos Ati, Michael and Lori are both completely heartbroken and they still love each other. Michael matured a lot over the course of their relationship and was ready to commit for the long term. He let down his guard with her, opening up emotionally in a romantic relationship for the first time. And they had great times together and brought out the best out of each other. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's the story of Michael B. Jordan. And now, Babes Otumate, she's preparing to drop her first track this year in a very long time. So yeah, what do more? Ati, she has a lot of eyes on her to reignite her career following the untimely passing of umnyeni wakhe, also a musician, Umandla Maphumulo, also known as Mampinja otherwise. So Babes has not been letting her moaning period stop her from givela ama stage and reminding amafreno akhe talent yakhe. And instead of letting Guti momentum it die down, the Wololo hitmaker is also said kusebenza music and release sometime this year. So a music producer and club DJ Nkanzimulo, also known as TNS, Nkanzimulo Ngema, also known as TNS, right? Who is behind popular hit Umona, recently took to Facebook to confirm ukuthi he was in studio with Babes Wodumo. And yeah, and bazo record bazo keep the album 2023, and one of the songs her fans can most likely expect in Guelgula album le is the last one why recorder no Mampinja. Dangomala has not yet been officially released, but listener le ilogo to post ama snippet wayo ku TikTok and other social media platforms, and nama fan ahleza izwa, I think bayizwe engcwabeni waka Mampinja yebo. So ama fan gawa Wodumo are ready to support her with a quest to regain her place on the top of the charts, and she has also received public support from a lot of artists, including DJ Tira, who vowed Mampinja on the memorial ukuthi uzomsiza to get her back up to the top. And there's a lot of work to be done. Our sister Babes Wodumo must go back to the top where she belongs. When she entered the industry, she charged 100k, and by working hard, I know you, referring to Babes, can go back to the top. You need to work hard, and you can't get those things when you're comfortable. You need to be out of your comfort zone and work. Yeah, so that was DJ Tira washo lento le ku memorial service ya Mampinja wa ishogo Babes Wodumo. Marake, that's the end on that segment. So landela ngenye segment, the very last segment episode Today in History. So what we do here on Today in History, what we mainly do is we search what happened on this day throughout history. So sometimes ishanga surprise, maybe there's a new invention, maybe a famous person committed a crime that's like that's Wamamgosi vibes. You never know, man. Like, and I like that segment. I always tend to learn something new that I did not know of. But again, before this time, basically, today, top stories were vandaag. And Manchester's Repale segment, it's entertainment news worldwide. Man, otherwise that was Kanye West, a song titled Spaceship, and it features a Consequence and GLC. He put me under his debut album titled The College Dropout, which was in 2004. One thing I like about that album, man, it has a lot of sonic genres, like a lot of elements to different genres. Even though it's classified as a hip-hop album, like it had soul and R&B elements into it. Like that was Kanye, man. And then before that one we had Freedom, a song by Beyonce, under the album Lemonade. And Puma 2016, and that song features Kendrick Lamar. Okay, if you're only tuning in now, kana sitala with the segment called Today in History. So on this day, right? On this day in 1941, Eugene Terreblanche was born in Ventersdorp to staunchly Afrikaner nationalist parents on this day in 1941. So after a matriculator, who joined the South African Police Service and was served like 5 years before he left and to become a farmer. So on the 3rd of July in 1973, with 6 others, he founded the Afrikaner Weerstandsbeweging, also known as the AWB, an ultra right wing organization in garage in Heidelberg, and then the Transvaal, otherwise known as Gauteng right now. So the AWB's intention to establish a homeland for Amapur people, and the AWB functioned ukuthi the semi-secret organization for 5 years before it became public. So Terre Blanche viewed the end of the apartheid in 1990 as the beginning of communism and threatened the then president F.W. de Klerk with a civil war. Following the end of the apartheid, Terre Blanche and his supporters sought amnesty at the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, otherwise also known as the TRC, for the storming of the World Trade Center, where negotiations between various political parties for a new democratic constitution took place. So the battle between the Ventersdorp and other acts. So yeah, the Truth and Reconciliation Commission grante amnesty for this, and in 2008 he reactivated the AWB, calling for a free Afrikaner Republic. And on the 3rd of April 2010 he was murdered at his farm by one of his workers. Yeah, I remember the story 2010 where everyone, I didn't know Terre Blanche at the time, mara like because of his death, like it was, everyone reacted like it's a big deal, like he's a yabo. So yeah, I remember that moment. Yeah, otherwise internationally, so on this day in 1606, the death of Guy Fawkes. Yeah, so at Westminster in London, Guy Fawkes, a chief conspirator in the plot to blow up the British Parliament building, jumps to his death moments before his execution for treason. So on the eve of a general parliamentary session scheduled on 5 November 1605, Sir Thomas Knivett, a justice of the peace, and found Guy Fawkes lurking in a cellar of the Parliament building. So Fawkes was detained and at the premises thoroughly searched. And yeah, nearly 2 tons of gunpowder were found hidden within the cellar. And in interrogation yakhe, Fawkes revealed that he was a participant in an English Catholic conspiracy organized by Robert Catesby to alienate England's entire Protestant government. And lento be included King James the First. And yeah, the king was to have attend the parliament on 5 November. So over the next few months, English authorities babulele and captured all the conspirators in the gunpowder plot, but was also arrested. Abanye batorturishwa, abanye babulalwa, and dozens of innocent English Catholics were included. So after a brief trial, Guy Fawkes was sentenced along with amanye survivor chief conspirators to be hung and drawn and quartered in London. So yeah, on the 30th of January 1606, the gruesome public execution in England, and on 31st of January, Fawkes was called Guhlangana Nefate yakhe. So while climbing to the hanging platform, however, ujambile from ileda and was pulling down intamo, like the neck, dying instantly. And yeah, and in remembrance of the gunpowder plot, Guy Fawkes Guy Fawkes Day is celebrated across Great Britain every year on 5 November. And as dusk falls into the evening, villages and city dwellers across Britain light bonfires, sets of fireworks, and burn an effigy of Guy Fawkes, celebrating his failure to blow up Parliament and King James the First. Yeah, so in England they're celebrating with Guy Fawkes failed to blow up Parliament, no King James the First. Nah. Like, this is a whole circle because you know why? As I was, when I first laid contact on this article, I was like, "Ooh, Guy Fawkes, I should read about this." Maybe inangzisa conclusion ukuthi why as South Africans we have Guy Fawkes Day. Like every time on November, we have kids dressing up about Benny, Guy Fawkes, and yeah, because I even thought his full name is like Benny Guy Fawkes, you know. Mara, that is not mentioned on this article. So yeah, I always wondered why. And then since reading here, this is a story from England, and one of our colonizers are the Britons. So the lifestyle iphume eBritain, well, the culture rather, or the history iphume eBritain and yes influencer one somehow. So yeah, man. So that's what I mean. Maybe if I full circle anjalo. But yeah, man, I really thought Guy Fawkes would be like some hero of some sort. Mara, yeah, what an anti-climax. Ay. I feel KO easy. The guy maybe clock 16 years in the industry. Mara, yeah, that was Son of a Gun by KO. And before that, we had Someone Like You, Begs in Terrorist version of that song. Amaria Tava, my remix. Maragi, otherwise the time is 9:27. Besege, we're still continuing on today in history. So President P.W. Botha offers Nelson Mandela conditional release from a prison. So on this very day, 1985, President P.W. Botha wa-offerisha Nelson Mandela, leader of the banned ANC, also known as the African National Congress, a conditional release from the prison sentence yake he had been serving since the conclusion of the Rivonia trial in 1964. So a condition we release wake is that he renounces violence, violent protest as a means ukuletha change lana in South Africa. So Mandela communicates his refusal to the offer through his daughter Uzinzi Mandela, who reads his statement to this effect to a rally in Soweto on 10th February 1985. He states ukuthi the ANC's only adopted violence as a means of a protest when other forms of resistance were no longer open to us. So Mandela wa refusa the previous offers of conditional release, where the condition was that he had been confirmed to the Transkei. So the offer was also extended to prisoners serving long jail terms for sabotage. 18 accepted, including Dennis Goldberg, and the only white found guilty at the Rivonia trial, and 4 Pan-African Congress, also known as the PAC, members. So Goldberg left Umzansi Africa for Israel on the 28th of February 1985, and the PAC members were released on the 15th of February. And Mandela had called for the unbanning the ANC in January 1985 during an interview with Lord Bethel. And what the government could negotiate the Liberatory Organization as a political party. So the interview was published with Mail on Sunday, a British publication in the same month. So in response, the South African government spokesperson yathi ukuthi apartheid regime would be prepared to negotiate with the ANC if the organization renounced violence. Yeah, so that's the chat. Otherwise, it is 7:30 and sengizongena ku traffic bese soqhubeka ke what happened on this day in history, right? Aware.
Traffic.
So there is roadwork in the entry northbound. Roadworks 1 kilometer before ramp to Van Buren. One left lane is closed and one left shoulder is blocked. And in the Pretoria side, N1 southbound, there is roadworks after ramp from Flying Saucer interchange, and 2 left lanes and left shoulder is blocked. And in Olifantsfontein, there is roadwork near the R21 northbound. There is roadworks after ramp from Olifantsfontein, and 3 left lanes have been blocked. That's it on your traffic from Uzugu.
Traffic.
J Marley featuring, that was DJ Speedster rather. A song titled, I don't know, featuring J Marley, Frank Casino, Zuchi Coke Dope. Yeah, someone thinks Uguti, Frank Ocean, and Frank Casino are the same person. There's someone out there of Kawanga writing. And not to a name drop or anything, ma'am, see? But yeah, that's the chat, that's the vibe. Otherwise, the time is 9:45. And I'm about to begin the very last segment of the show. So on this day in 1950, the US President Harry S. Truman publicly announces its decision to support the development of the hydrogen bomb, a weapon theorized to be hundreds of times more powerful than the atomic bombs dropped at Japan during World War II. Yeah, so 5 months earlier, the United States had lost its nuclear supremacy when the Soviet Union successfully detonated an atomic bomb at their test site in Kazakhstan, yes. So then several weeks after that, the British and the USA intelligence zize to the staggering conclusion ukuthi German-born Klaus Fuchs, top-ranking scientist with USA nuclear program, was a spy to the Soviet Union. These two events, and the fact ukuthi the Soviets now knew yonke into that the Americans did about how to build the hydrogen bomb, led ukuthi Truman to approve massive funding for a superpower race to complete the world's first super bomb, as what described in his public announcement in January the 31st. Yeah. So on the 1st of November 1952, the United States successfully detonated Mike, the world's first hydrogen bomb, on any Wetok atoll at the Pacific Marshall Islands rather. So the 10.4 megaton thermonuclear device now, built upon Teller Ulam principles of staged radiation implosion, instantly vaporized an entire island and left behind a crater more than a mile wide. So the incredible explosive force of Mike, apparently from sheer magnitude, it caused a mushroom cloud within 90 seconds, and the mushroom cloud yakhuphuka to 57,000 feet and entered the stratosphere. So 1 minute later, yafikisa just above 100 feet, 100,000 feet rather, just above 100,000 feet, eventually stabilizing ceiling 120k feet, yeah. So half an hour after the test, the mushroom stretched 60 miles across and the base of Ikandalayo, joining a stem of 45,000 feet. Yeah, so 3 years later, on November the 22nd, 1955, the Soviet Union detonated its first hydrogen bomb on the same principle of irradiation implosion. And Waitulama superpowers were not in possession of the Hell bomb, as it was known by many Americans. And the world lived under the threat of a thermonuclear war for the first time in history. Yeah, man. Hey, why ish? I. Nithatha isikhathi ukushaya konjeni to heal the world from isn't this bias such as HIV and all that stuff, like completely what's the word cure. Yo, how did it take so long for me to find cure? Yeah, to find a cure for HIV, man. Isn't it? You all took this cat and marama bomb one. You all will even spy on each other for my bomb. Marage, it is what it is. So yenzani. Yeah, man, the time is 9:49. And if you're only tuning in now, so calling my top stories, and then when Savamba entertainment news locally as well as internationally, and then Saivali Selanga today in history. And in between Sadlalama Platinum Classics, and today's Platinum Classics was dedicated to Lil Wayne, but when he was still in his rockstar era. So namely the songs that we had were Drop the World, I Am Not a Human Being, and Prom Queen. And then Satima Traffic, Satima Sports, Fixtures, Satima Rizaldi. And yeah, so that was that. Otherwise, mina mele ngivale ishow ngazonithola kusasa same time. It is a Tuesday and we are almost hump day. Catch me kusasa same time, same place. Otherwise, from me Zuko _IV with love and care. Papaini.